I'm by name Henry Abiamu, Director of Tourism and Heritage here in the center, volunteers as well. So here's our gallery room. So you see portraits.
So I'm with Japheth and Paul. They are the vibrant youth taking care of this center voluntarily. They've been doing awesome work. So before we get in the video, I would like to know about Dr. Ladi Kwali. So I'd like to hear about Dr. Ladi Kwali from this guy. So please tell us about Dr. Ladi Kwali, her life. I believe a lot of people would like to know about her life, how she lived her life, and some of her achievements.
Well, I think when when you talk about leadership in art and culture, you have to mention Dr. Ladi Kwali as a woman because she brought that awareness that women can actually achieve more,
Okay.
even coming from vulnerable society. She grew up here in Kwali Area Council, and then she learned pottery from her aunts. And after that, the white men came and then they saw that, okay, what she can be able to do with pottery is beyond what she actually thinks she can do at that moment, at that time. So they loved her work and then they took her to Suleja,
Okay.
which was the pottery center then, Abuja Pottery Center, which is now currently Suleja. So let me just cut everything short. During her stay in the pottery center, then in Abuja, which is now, like I said, Suleja,
Suleja, yeah.
she did amazing jobs when it comes to handling of ceramics. And her works was, a kind of which is what we call NFT. That is, you cannot replace it by then. It was so, amazing to the extent that she started visiting universities, going there for lectures. She lectured in US universities, UK, and also here in Nigeria, which now led to Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, awarding her with honorary doctorate degree, which was given to her in 1977.
Wow.
At that time, she she was also lecturing outside of the country, where she began to meet renowned people in the arts field and people who loved her work. So leading to her being awarded as they call it MMBE or so,
Okay, yes,
yeah,
yes, I heard about that.
by the
British.
yeah British, the Queen Elizabeth of that time also. So like Dr. Ladi Kwali is a woman that has enact this leadership into young women today, and Nigeria look at it, okay, we cannot actually stop from here. Let's see how we can uphold her glory.
Yeah.
Where in 2007, when it comes to this economical changes here in Nigeria, where they now look at, okay, what are we going to do to keep her legacy? And that's why she was, honored by being, put on the 20 naira bill we see today. So here in Kwali, if you look at Kwali today, this pottery center was known as Industrial Cottage.
Okay.
Yeah, center, yeah,
Industry cottage.
Industry Cottage, which was commissioned by His Excellent former President of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, in 2005. Yeah. So the people look at it, okay, let's change this name to Dr. Ladi Kwali Poetry Center, since this is where she grew up, this is her hometown. And that's how this place was changed. The name was changed to Dr. Ladi Kwali Poetry Center. And we came in 2014. That was the idea stage. How can we make sure that this place is working very well, it's functioning, because it was abandoned after the commissioning and all. It was meant for uh, pottery works, meant for women to come here, learn how to do, different kind of ceramics stuff.
Right.
So
Thank you very much.
yeah,
Initially, as we were coming, I noticed some things like the building over there is dilapidated, like it has holes in it. Like, what was the cause?
yeah. The I think then I wasn't in the country,
Okay.
so I think Mr. Paul will be able to
Okay.
answer the question. Yeah.
So the state of condition of the infrastructure we're seeing right now, I think was due to the NSAS movement then.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, during those palliatives where people were rushing to break
Yeah,
to get palliative from
palliatives.
buildings. So they were stored items that they could get.
Okay.
So they took advantage and broke down most of this facility as we're seeing it. They cut away with a lot of items from here
Wow.
which cannot be recovered right now or stated where exactly it is. So those are just the effects of the NSAS movement.
Well, is it that the government is actually paying you guys to do what you do? Because I know I've seen from your social media handles how you guys train girls and do so many things for the community. So is it that the government pay you guys to do these things, or you do it out of the love of volunteering and stuff?
Oh well, good question though. The if the government is not paying us actually,
Okay.
yeah, it's just
Okay,
we're
because
just volunteering.
okay.
So when you look at your community and you want to add value, and this value you want to add, it shouldn't just be like a 1 minute stuff. Let it be like a continuous process, and you following the legacy of who you see that okay as the community eyes, let me put it that way, which is Dr. Ladi Kwali. And with our skills, we don't need to wait for government to come and do something for us. We can actually impact knowledge without government paying us. So it's out of love and out of saying that we want a community social progress. We want a better society for the youth. And that's why we're doing it. And like I said, we started this stuff since 2014, building the idea, leading to 2015, 2016, 2017, 18, 19, where it is now like, okay, the roadmap is now playing out for 2020. We're now doing, research to see if actually what we are going to do is going to play out very well. 2021, we started, which is now it was our capacity building year. And this year is our financial literacy year, where we see that, okay, young people have to, know how to read financial statement, how to write business proposal, how to do a lot of stuff. And that's why we want startups
Yeah.
in Kwali to
Okay.
come up and become like, base tag, Kudi, yeah, Kuda, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Flutter waves
Flutter
and
waves.
stuff
Yeah.
like that. So it is out of love for community social progress. We want this place to become like Silicon Valley. For now, we call it Kwali Valley or so.
Oh, that's
So
great. Yeah.
it's out of love and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, I can actually relate to that because it takes a lot of courage and commitment and love, especially to do these things that you do. So, but I would like to also know what are although I've seen some on the social media on your handle, Instagram, I think it's called at Ladi Kwali Center. Dr. Ladi.
Mhm.
So I've
Yeah.
seen some of the things you do. So I believe a lot of people would like to know the exact thing that you guys do here. Like maybe you just shed the light on some of the things that you do.
Okay, we do a lot of stuff, but then we limit it to just four things,
Okay.
which is the first one is wealth education. We try to build the people to have a growing mindset. And the second thing is, okay, after having a growing mindset, what do we do? Where do we channel this mindset to? So we channel it to technology. That okay, if you have any technological skills, come to Dr. Ladi Kwali Center. There is a space for you to build your idea and then realize what you can actually do beyond what you think you can do at first stage. And our main focus actually is the arts and culture, which is towards the vision of Dr. Ladi Kwali. And when we apply this, if we apply this technology towards art and culture, let's see how the social economy will be able to improve. So the growth of social economy is our focus as well, leading to providing access, quality access to healthcare. So we look at the society is vulnerable to a lot of diseases, mostly like mental health challenges and stuff like that. So we revolve around four things: education, technology, economies and finance, and healthcare.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. All right, you made mention of technology that, like, if for example I'm a young person and I have interest in technology, I have a specific skill, I can just come in. So what part of technology are you guys like generalizing, or you have a particular field that, okay, if I'm good, I'm a kid and I'm good at, so let's say computer operation and stuff, so I can always come, or is it anything about technology?
Oh well, we are for now we limit it to just programming.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so like a building of mobile app
Wow.
and also software engineering. So it's just this is what we want to focus on. So we are not looking into data science and also IoT and big data. So these are the things because we see that these are the future. Like this is what we need to look into, not waiting for 5 years to come. And the other thing is NFT.
Oh,
For
wow.
example, we have our startup already, which is called Craftly, and is a mobile app educational platform for young girls to learn new skills through crafting, and also we turn waste into artworks,
Wow.
which is what LinkedIn has also verified and validated that idea. So it is something that anyone with a skill, with developer can come. Skills with programming, MATLAB, uh, CSS, C++, and stuff can just come and then see how they can build this mobile app, but applying it to art and culture and not going outside of the vision of the center. Yeah.
This is a funny one actually. So I was speaking with my sister about coming to this place recently. I think it was 3 days ago.
Yeah.
So she also went through the Dr. Ladi Kwali page and she was like, these guys are rich. Or is it that, like, because she has been seeing so many, like that very day, I think she told me about, she scrolled down, so she saw a project, and with everything she told me about women that you guys were sponsoring and the little girls. So is it that you guys are like rich, or you guys, I don't really know, like, are you guys not having any limitations, like any problems also? So I'd like to know.
Well, I think I'll push that to Paul
Okay.
so he could.
All right.
So,
Okay. Definitely, we can't say there are no challenges, but we just try to make use of the available resources we have to make sure that we produce something that will be impactful and pursuing our goal for that social progress. So it's not as if we are rich or is volunteering and still trying to develop ourselves and even develop the center itself to be sustainable on its own. So it's not a matter of being rich or being poor, but I think it's more of dedication,
yeah.
yeah, and the passion also to it. Yeah.
That's
Like
nice.
I
Thank you.
would like to even add to what he just said. Every like any member, any person who wants to work with us,
Yeah.
which there are things we check, like
Okay.
your revolving around your personality and all. We check your passion, we check the drive, we check the idea you have, we check like, okay, are you someone that can work with a team? We check if you have this zeal for diversity. So you mustn't be from, as a Barry person, wherever you are, anywhere. Like now we have international members who are working with us from London and also from Netherlands, from Canada, and also from Germany. So all these guys, they are not from Nigeria and they are not from Kwali. So it's just because of the zeal, the passion, the drive, like I said, dedication. That's what is keeping us together. So we're not after like, okay, we need to, pile up the cash in our pocket for. That's why you see things we're doing is just free flow, and a lot of people have been asking a question, we sponsoring us. Even us, we cannot even answer that question.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
so that's
Very, very good one. So, my other question is not really a question. Like, I would like to, because a lot of youth, especially from where I'm coming from, they see volunteering as not a way of giving back. They see volunteering as a way of like having things for themselves. Like, if you ask them to come and volunteer right now, they'll be like, okay, what's in it for me? Like, how much will I get paid? What would this do for me and that? So, what's your advice for the youths generally regarding volunteering?
well. I think volunteering is first thing. It should be like if you have an idea, that's what we do. Like at the center currently right now we're trying to develop our own mathematical expression for community service, and I think we're 60% halfway, and we have our own model, teaching model and entry model into the entry the community, regarding socializing with people. So when you volunteer, there are things you need to look at first. One, do you have an idea? If you do, then go volunteer. Relating it to your niche. That's how you can be able to find the drive, the passion to do it, even if you're not being paid. So if you don't have an idea, look at it again. What do you want to do? So you cannot be like I do if you want to volunteer at all. And volunteering should come with like our model. We have what we call iKits. Any person in this center, if you ask what's iKits, the person will be able to tell you that these are the things we define if you want to volunteer. One, you need to look at, okay, what do you want to do? Like I said, introduce that stuff to yourself first before you can be able to accommodate or accept any organizations that want you to volunteer for them. And then look at the knowledge. What do you want to gain and what can you offer? So when you think about, all these things, like the knowledge they are offering and what you can be able to offer, it gives you more drives, like it push you more. And then you look at the industry. If you're somebody who study computer science at school, if you want to volunteer, look at the industry. Is it a technical industry or a social industry? Whatever it is, see how you can be able to apply your knowledge to that industry to serve humanity. And that's what the T stands for: transformation. How do you want to transform your society? What are you bringing? The new stuff that you have been introduced to yourself first, the knowledge you are getting, the industry, and then the transformation. The last thing for uh, a volunteer to think about is social impact. How do you want the social impact to be, or what social impact do you want to see in the nearest future, like in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? Like we're discussing something. If you look at social impact, look at it in the next 50 years to come, add it to your present age, divide it by 5. That's how you'll be. I'm just giving you, like, these are the things like you get. These are like the mathematical expression we are building right now. That's how to achieve bigger goals. So we have what we call like uh under deliver, right? And over under promise, over deliver. Those are these are the terms that the rich guys use in the 80s, 70s. And then in the 21st century, what they are using is bringing the future to the present. That's what Tesla used. That's what Jeff Bezos used. And that's what others are using, like the Bitcoin of the thing. So they brought the future to the present. And that's how you get the mathematical expression of BI brackets BS plus BM bracket close equals to BP. That's our modeling we're using. That's our voluntary modeling. So when you bring all these things down, you see that 100 years becomes like 1 year, a minute. So I wish maybe the government can actually do that and then see how Nigeria would change in a minute, looking at the resources we have. Maybe Paul will be able to say much about this.
Considering the volunteering thing, I don't have much to say.
Yeah.
But our youth, I would just like to encourage our youth, like you said, maybe in your community, the youth see volunteerism as what's in it for me first of all, not minding the impact, as you said. At the
Yeah.
end of it all, there has to be that social impact that you as an individual are supposed to contribute to your community. So it has to be there. So it's just for us to encourage our youth to know the importance, not just feeling entitled, like how most of our youth be feeling like these days. The government, the government, the government. What are you doing now? You as an individual, how are you contributing to the government? How are you contributing to the community? So it all boils down to, okay, volunteering more, contributing your own impact, and then see what happens from there. Yeah.
Alright, this your point actually brings me to a certain realization I did recently. In for the past year, I think the volunteering space, that is the civil society space, has actually done more for Nigeria than even the government. If you look at it, just like they've motivated, even the government projects that are being done are being motivated strongly by the civil society organization. So it's just like the world, Nigeria, and even Africa actually needs volunteering to prosper. So my final question is on your projects still. I noticed that from your still back to your social media handle, a lot of the projects you are doing are mostly for girls. So why is it like that? Is it like is it that the boys are big boys, or I don't understand why are you guys focused more on the girls?
Okay. Um,
So let him go first.
okay. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we see it as the figurehead or the personality we're looking at was a woman.
Okay,
There's
okay.
this saying that goes also, uh, you train a woman and you've empowered the nation. You empower a woman, you've empowered the nation. There's a saying like that. And we at the center, we also maintain this ratio of 60-40. That's 60% women and 40% men. So it's not as if the men have been left out completely. No, they are fully involved, fully engaged with the center.
And adding to what you said, if you look at our society today, like you can find 10 people, like all ask them if they kind of love tech. So the guy is actually wants to do, tech. So you find out that the percentage of girls that want to actually go into tech is minimum, like it's very small. And that's the reason why one of the reasons we focus more on the girls, and to see that, okay, we change the mindset or the mentality that yes, tech is also for you, and you can also be, a software engineer, computer scientist, and all. So we've seen like the number goes up. Recently, we had a program with C builders, and it was all about the GBV stuff. So at that moment, we created a startup for the girls, and it's called Satiobula, which is like tech, girls in tech. And we recently we see that the government is trying to bring up girls to go into tech, which is the US government is even doing that, and I think NITSDA is coming up with something like that too. So young girls in our society thought, okay, they're thinking tech is not for them, so we want to change that as well. That yes, even if we're looking at Dr. Ladi Kwali as a figurehead, what she actually did is now NFT, which is non-fungible tokens, and it's about blockchain technology. So girls need to come up, add to their skills, be it in crafts, in arts, in tourism, whatever. You need technology to spice it up, and that's why we focus, on the girls and also the tech side of it, so that they will have this conducive environment, or they will change their mindset towards making the society a better place when it comes to technological governance.
Well,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Finally, if let's say you can never tell, someone might want to contact you guys also. How can they contact you guys?
Well, we are all over though. We're on
Okay.
Instagram, on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Ladi Kwali Center, LADI Kwali, KWALI, then Center as in CENTER. So the reason why we don't use Dr. Ladi Kwali is because of, we wanted to make it easier for people to find and stuff like that. So we have our number, which is 081 876346. On Instagram, you can find us to Ladi Kwali Center, at Ladi Kwali Center. It's Facebook, the same name. And our website is www.ladikwalicenter.org. And our Gmail, ladikwalicenter@gmail.com.
All right. Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful time with you guys.
Thank you so much. You're welcome.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
like this.
So I don't understand. You spoke about how hard it is. Is it that
Yeah,
she's not having the equipment?
yeah, she's not having the equipment. Normally, you ought to make use of your portal wheel. Your portal wheel makes it more easier and saves time. But due to the NSAS, they made away with all these equipment. So she uses her hand with a method called pinch and coil method. So
But if she's having if she can use her hand to bring out this beautiful stuff, I'm just imagining how having an equipment will go a long way to like beautify these
I
things
think
more.
to beat the demands in the market, you need something as that machine to speed up. To speed up. As you can see, this is also her work.
Wow.
A baobab tree. Yeah, she made this. We used it to represent the Christmas tree during our festive celebration.
She handmade this.
Yeah, she handmade this. And also we used it to unveil our Universal Art and Culture Park. Yeah. And if you see there, you see another wonderful piece of art displaying the different masquerades of the different culture we have in Nigeria. So this for the Agbari, and when you go, you see it goes round. This for the Igbos, representing different.
What can people actually do to help if they want to actually help? Because it's as if she's going through a lot of stress like right now.
I think to cut the whole story short is to make provisions for the porter wheel
Okay.
for her to carry out this both conveniently and to save time, and
Yeah.
also to meet up with the demands in the market.
Okay. And I believe she's the one teaching the kids
Yeah,
also.
she's the one teaching everybody. She's our ambassador here.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah, she
interesting.
does the port works.
Okay, I would have loved to meet her though, or maybe some other time.
Some other time she went
Yeah.
to the market.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Thank you very much.
yeah. You're welcome. Pleasure.